Live at Laker Field in West Bloomfield, Michigan. This afternoon, a 3-game set concludes, and the Lakers hope to snag one away from the Highlanders in the finale of the 3-game set. Chad Bush here alongside Sam Stick Day, Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Glad to be with you on the prep. Long Ball Live. Stick, this is new living for the Lakers up in the OAA Red after getting promoted from the White last year. A fine season, but now they're hanging with teams like the Highlanders and finding themselves in battles with one of the biggest giants in the state. We'll watch both these teams today. A lot of talent on the field.
Yeah, definitely a lot of talent. I mean, when we're going up and down the rosters, when we're looking at West Bloomfield, you know, you got Adrian Epps leading off, looking at Macomb Community College commit. You got a CMU commit, and Logan, number 34, their left fielder, and just a bunch of D1 type players all across the field. And then, of course, you flip to the other side with Rochester Adams and Parker Pico, arguably one of the best players in the state, number one. And then you got Bino Waters as well, the big first baseman. There's just a lot of talent. It's a lot of fun. It's been good matchups in the first 2 games. You know, West Bloomfield started out hot, 8-0 to start the season. And then, you, like you said, you step on up with the big boys. You run into a Rochester Adams sometimes. But, you know, if you get that last win in a series, sometimes that propels you too.
It does. These two teams will go at it. And look, West Bloomfield got off to a fast start, 8-0, and had some fine non-league wins. And they've had some success, and they'll look to draw upon their talented offense to get going. And maybe look for them to do some more hit and run and some things stick. As you know, when you get in a slump, I know you've never been in one, but you've talked to guys that have. It's something that you got to do and try some different things.
Yeah, from what I've heard. No, and that's the fun part too, you know, and that's part of becoming a winner. That's part of figuring out how to win, doing it in different ways, because come playoff time, that's what you're going to have to do. Some games you're not going to be able to score 12 runs. Some games you're going to have to manufacture 2 to win the entire game. So these are the types of games that build character down the road in the season.
All right, we'll have the finale right after this. Josh Burnberg will talk to us next. This is The Prep. Welcome back to Laker Field as we get set for West Bloomfield and Rochester Adams. Game 3 of a 3-game set. We're joined by 4th-year head coach Josh Burnberg. And Josh, look, it's been an outstanding year, 8-0 out of the gate for this club. I know you're excited about the start. You're still excited about this team. I know the last 2 haven't gone your way, but tell us when things have gone right this year for your team, which they have often, what your team's all about.
Yeah, for sure. We got a lot of experienced guys and a new mix of some guys really playing a lot for their first time, some sophomores. So got some speed. Like I said, got some guys that have been here for a while, so some guys that know how to win and have played a lot of baseball games. So we're excited about that. We're excited to get another shot today against a very, very good team, and we're excited to be up playing in this new league this year, which is a challenge for us. Got all really good teams, and we're starting out with one of the best teams in the state. So it's been awesome so far. We love the competition and pumped up and ready to go for today.
Yeah, the OAA Red is the real deal. You guys moved up. You did so well last year in the white. You move up to the red.
Yeah.
Competition a little bit stiffer, but the guys that you have, your offense has shown early on that it has the potential to score some runs. Tell us about some of your leaders in the offensive side.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, we got to pick up the offense a little bit, especially against big-time arms, and Rochester Adams got a bunch of big-time arms, and so is the whole league, to be honest with you. So guys like Adrian Epps, who's been here a long time, Logan Pecor, Jackson Staff, Max Bowers, Stephen Fountain, all big bats that we rely on big time, and you know there's a lot of pressure on them to perform for us to score, and that's what we expect from them, and they know that. So we're looking for some big games out of those guys today for sure.
You've brought your own identity to this program. You're a young man, head coach, and you probably hear that all the time, but I mean, I think it's a credit to what you've been able to do. What kind of culture have you been able to entrench? All right, we'll get back to that interview with Josh Burnberg. Apologize for breaking early. We're ready for baseball, and so we're glad you're with us. Buck Snabes to lead things off, the shortstop for the Highlanders, and he looks at a strike on the outside corner. Sorn is the pitcher. Miles Sorn, a right-hander, 5'10". Been a good pitcher for him so far this year. A lot on his shoulders today to avoid the sweep. Big cut at some high cheddar.
Yeah, and you can see already with Miles coming into the game, he started off with a nice little breaking ball pitch and then went high with his fastball. He's got good snap.
Really does. A little bit of breeze blowing out today. Highlanders took the first 2 games, and the Lakers take the first K of the day.
And you love that for the pitcher, Miles Soren, coming out like that. We discussed it. Talked about a breaking ball first, then high and away, and then low and tight with a fastball. Great location, good calls by the catcher and the coach.
Yes, sir. Behind home plate, it's Max Gross. He will be pinch hit for by Brody Pecor. This is one of the best players in the country. This is Parker Pico, committed to Alabama, center fielder. And this kid can do a lot of things in many sports. Baseball's one of them. And he'll be in Tuscaloosa next year. But he pops it up here, and it looks like an easy out number 2 or not.
Ooh.
A collision, and that's concerning. You got to, man, those are tough balls. Windy day.
Yeah, that ball was sky high. And they're tough to read sometimes when they're coming back at you like that, but luckily no one's injured.
Yeah, here's another look down here at it. That's a good look, by the way. Nice work, guys. The collision, and thankfully everybody's okay.
Yeah, but if you're West Bloomfield, you hate to give this guy another chance at the plate. If you can get him out on a pop out like that, you want to take it.
No doubt about that. Parker Pico having a fine campaign already. The Alabama commit.
Dude has massive forearms.
Yeah, he was a dream teamer last year. And also, of course, all OAA red and all district to go with it. Fouled straight back, going right at him. You got to tip the cap to Miles Soren, who's come out throwing strike stick.
And that's what you got to do, especially against these high-profile players. A lot of people try to pitch around them, and then you give up that one perfect pitch. Just go at them.
Here comes the 1-1. That one is skied high and deep to center. Epps going back, wind blowing it back to the wall, and it's off his glove and off the wall. And Pico runs well. He's around third. He's going to try for home, and he's in. Call it a triple, call it a home run inside the park, but it's 1-0 Highlanders on the blast from Pico that looked to get away from Epps, who looked to have a beat on it early stick.
Yeah, you may call it a triple. I may call it an error.
Sure.
It looks like he had good position on that ball. It wasn't out of his reach, backing up underneath it. But this wind, you could see the flag pushing a little bit to that direction and may have just caught him right at the last minute.
Yeah, that is an error. You
Two
are correct,
big
sir.
breaks.
Yep. So that is 1-0 with 1 out, nobody on. And this is not an easy task here for Miles Soren. This is Bino Waters, the Notre Dame commit. And he pops it up, similar to what Pico did, but this one is in right center shallow, or right field shallow, and the catch is made in right field. That's 2 outs. Slade Moore with the out.
Yeah, good communication there for West Bloomfield. You got your second baseman running out, your right fielder running in. That's a recipe for disaster sometimes, but Slade Moore able to call him off.
Gross behind home plate will get the defensive lineup for West Bloomfield momentarily, along with the batting lineup for Adams. There's a pitch inside. As you see here, what's at stake? Trying to salvage one game. Soren deals. Strike. Couldn't catch up. This is Tate Pico. This is the brother of Parker as you look at the infield. Jakubiak at third, Bowers at short. Staff at second, Fountain at first. Miles Soren the pitcher, Gross the catcher, Pecor in left, that's Logan. Moore in right, who made that out, and Adrian Epps, who's been active in this one as well, who recorded that error. Fouled out of play. They haven't really teed up Miles Soren yet. I mean, if there's a positive for West Bloomfield, Adams has been off a bit with him already early.
Yeah, Parker got a good hit on that ball, but obviously it was a very catchable ball.
Off the foot, and that will be a foul ball, and that doesn't tickle. That's inside the ankle type swing.
That's why you see a lot of pros wearing those ankle protectors and toe protectors.
See the lineup. We've already seen Snables, Pico, Waters. This is Tate Pico, fouled by Dowell, Sakar, Jones, Donahoe, and Stitzel. Under the head coach, Jeff Hall. That one is ripped to center. That's deep. Epps going back to the 380, and he makes the catch. Struck well, but it's out number 3. The Highlanders get one on a boo-boo. 1-0, the road team. Back after this.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Well, the Lakers will line them up like this under fourth-year head coach Josh Burnberg. Adrian Epps in center field batting .520, or that on-base percentage at .520 rather. Logan Pecor is in left field. Jackson Staff, the second baseman, will bat third. Fountain will be the cleanup hitter. He's batting .360. Max Bowers is the shortstop. Miles Sorn, not Korn, batting .333. He will hit for himself. He could do that. Joe Jakubiak is the third baseman. He bats seventh. Slade Moore, the right fielder. And then the DH is Brody Pecor. He will DH for the catcher, Max Gross. And on the mound for the Highlanders is the left-handed hurler Will Churchill. And I know you like Churchill's stuff. You saw him in warm-ups. What stood out?
His fastball stood out to me. He's an aggressive pitcher. He's going to come right at you, and he's just like an intimidating figure on the mound. You know, he's got the brim real low. You can't really see his eyes. And, you know, it's all a mental game, too, with baseball.
It is indeed. The old intimidation. So Adrian Epps to lead it off, Macomb Community College commit. And, Stick, you're familiar with his father.
Yeah, he actually graduated the year before me at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Rico Epps, great running back. Him and Ty Washington, the 1-2 combo there for Georgeport once upon a time.
Oh, great athlete. He's still in great shape.
Unbelievable shape.
See him on the gram. He's what do the kids say, yoked? Swing and a miss. That's Churchill with a left-handed four-seamer, and he's quickly ahead of Epps, 0-1.
And that's what I was talking about. Just an aggressive pitcher. Comes right at you. Look at that. Eyes over the glove. Tough.
Yeah, he is. We'll set the defense in a moment. That one's popped a mile high. Ripping off the mask is Doel, and he can't catch up with it. And we have seen the wind play tricks on at least 3 or 4 balls that have made an impact stick.
And those are such a hard play, too, as a catcher. I mean, when you turn around and the ball's spinning, it's got that backspin on it. It always tails a little bit back towards the field, so you kind of got to account for that. Those are very tough when you're a catcher. And look how high it is. It's even out of the shot when they zoom back.
Yeah.
But that tail back right there because of the spin every time.
That's right. So Epps looks at one just up. Rico Epps was a defensive back for the Central Michigan Chippewas. Adrian's father also had a cup of coffee with the Cincinnati Bengals as a defensive back, strong safety. A lot of great bloodlines. Pat the Stat helping us out today as always. Quick on the trigger with notes already.
Bringing the knowledge.
Yeah, it's good stuff. The 2-2 from Churchill is cut on and missed. 1 up and 1 down for the Lakers.
And Rochester Adams was able to do what West Bloomfield couldn't do after dropping a foul ball, and that's get the player out.
You look at the defense here with Doel behind home plate. Tate Pico at third. Snabes at short. Stitzel at second. Waters at first. Jones in the outfield. Pico in center. Parker. And in right field for the Highlanders is Jake Sakar. That's the field for the Highlanders under head coach Jeff Hall and assistant coach Kuchansky. There's a shot to left. That's going to be a diving stop. Throw to first. Not in time. But how about the play at short? The layout and the stab coming from Buck Snapes.
That's just great baseball all the way around. A nice pitch, a breaking ball, way to stay back on it and wait on it, get some power. And then, like you said, a diving snatch, just not enough to get on it before he got there. Nice stretch, too, by the first baseman.
That's right.
That's pure baseball right there, Chad.
It is. You saw all of it. Clean play. Love to see it. Logan Pecor, the first hit of the day in this ballpark. He's a Central Michigan commit. His daddy John played up there. The fine pitcher, and that'll hit the back of the number 3 hitter. That's Jackson Staff. So the Lakers now clicking up their heels, trying to get back. They trail 1-0.
And you heard that. That was like a hollow thud when it hit the back.
Yeah, that one was felt back here.
Yep.
That was in the meteor part, you could say.
I would say rub some dirt on it, but there is none on this field.
It is a unnatural surface. AstroTurf all around. This is Stevie Fountain, the first baseman, 6'5", and a trusted bat in this Josh Burnberg lineup.
Big strike zone.
Pitch upstairs. So runners in scoring position now. Lakers trying to get this third game. 2 games have been played. And Adams has grabbed both of them. That's inside, and that hits him as well. The bases are now loaded. An infield single after the Epps strikeout. And 2 hit by pitches. And all of a sudden, the Lakers have a chance to do something special in the bottom half of the first, trailing by 1.
Yeah, you're looking over at the Rochester Adams dugout already, seeing if they're going to send someone out to warm up, maybe get another pitcher ready to go, because you're in trouble early right now for Will Churchill. He just got to find his rhythm, but we've seen this before, too. Pitchers get a lot of trouble in the first inning, maybe a double play ball here, and you're out of it, and the next thing you know, they find their rhythm. So, it's not too far gone, but this is danger zone right now.
That's right. Fountain out at first, Staff at second, Pecor at third. And this is Max Bowers, the shortstop. And a good layoff there. Bowers, a fine player, a commit to Jackson Community College, whose on-base percentage has climbed over 400 this week. Miles Sorn in the on-deck circle. The pitcher will hit for himself. Thank you very much. Pecor at third. Represents the tying run. Edges off. And that one nearly got him in the melon. So bases loaded. And after a quick fastball firing in the zone by Churchill to start this game, he hasn't been able to find it.
Yeah, he's a little late on the release, so he's pulling it a little bit, and everything's been inside of these right-handed batters. If I'm West Bloomfield, I'm not swinging until I see a strike.
I think that's right. Upstairs, and the count. Count is 3-0. Bowers awaits and takes strike one on the outside corner.
You got Rochester Adams pinching in on the corners too, looking to go home and first for a double play.
Yeah, double play in order. Cut on and fouled at the plate. So, he's battled back to make it a full count. 3-2, 1 out, bases loaded, all just one hit. And it didn't leave the infield, but it all counts for the same.
We're going to see right now how much they trust Max Bowers. Are you going to put the runners in motion? Trust them to put the bat on the ball no matter what?
I think he will. Epps, great contact hitter. Max Bowers awaits the Churchill pitch. Got him on strikes, battled back. Tipped into the glove, and 2 are out.
And you got to hand it to Will Churchill there, down 3-0, coming back with consecutive strikes to get a strikeout like that. That is huge. And now you're just one more bat out of the inning. No harm, no foul.
a chance to help his cause. Miles Sorn, the pitcher at the dish. And another hit by pitch away from an RBI.
He does like to work the inside.
Nothing wrong with that. But he has been riding the wave of that inside corner all inning. Ooh, gutsy curveball.
That was a hanging curveball, too. Broke in at the last minute.
Miles Sorn, the pitcher. Guy who's hitting .333, and he's 2-0 on the mound this year. He's done a lot for this club, hitting out of that 6-hole. I think it means a little bit more when you're the starting pitcher.
Oh, always.
This position.
Always. You want to help yourself.
Yeah.
A nice little shot to the gap.
One ball, one strike, 2 outs. Bases loaded. 1-2. Just like that, Churchill a strike away from getting out of a jam.
And he's found control of that secondary pitch, his curveball.
Really has.
Maybe he's got to pitch backwards.
Here comes the 1-2. Ripped to left, that's going to score a couple. Into score comes Pecor. Staff right behind him. The throw is cut off, and the Lakers take a 2-1 lead on the RBI single from the pitcher, Miles Sorn.
You know, we were talking about Churchill having success with that secondary pitch, his curveball, and he came back that time with the fastball. Sorn just sat on it and drove it past the shortstop and the third baseman. A perfect shot.
2-1. West Bloomfield comes right back with a punch. And maybe it meant a little more to that pitcher. We will get a pinch runner for West Bloomfield. And it's number 8. And we'll get a name for you in a moment. Pat's all over that one. Here's Joe Jakubiak. It's Tyler to pinch run at first. Runner at second. Pop to left, and this one is caught and handled by the left fielder, Cotton Jones. But not before the Lakers come back with 2 runs to take the lead at the end of 1 inning. 2-1, West Bloomfield.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back to Laker Field. Chad Bush and Stick Day with you. 1 run in the top of the first by the Highlanders on a deep fly to center that Parker Pico motored home on. And then West Bloomfield with a clutch 2-out RBI by the pitcher Miles Sorn to take a 2-1 lead. Sam, Stick Day.
Yeah, and that's one of those adrenaline pumping hits, too, that sends you out to the second inning. You know, we'll see how he manages that getting back on the mound.
All right. This is the leadoff man, and his name is Doel, Brady Doel, who wears number 27, batting in the 5-hole today for Jeff Hall, and he looks at a couple upstairs. Steps right back and pumps one over. Doel looks away, and good eye laying off that outside pitch. Brady Doel looks at another strike. Doel a year ago had 47 at bats. He batted .213. Adams is 3-0. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Sorn with another K, his second of the day.
And a good piece of pitching there, too, by Sorn. Working the fastball, working inside, working outside. And we saw that, too, in the first inning. He's really good with his locations.
Really has been. So here comes Jake Sakar, the open stance right-handed hitter, and it nearly gets nipped on the hip. He takes for ball one.
Yeah, lucky that was a breaking ball. That was a fastball. That's hitting him.
Uh-huh. How many times you get hit on that hip?
Oh, a lot.
What's the worst place to get hit?
Anywhere. Baseballs are hard.
Well, come on. A tricep hurts more than
inside of the knee. Inside of the knee. Like, if you always took... Anytime it's inside of the leg, it's tough.
All right, that's real talk. Sakar awaits the high one. 2-1, the count. 2-1, the score. Glad you're with us from Laker Field.
Beautiful day. Can you believe this is early April?
Is it in the 80s for real?
Yeah. 82 on the ride in.
That one grounded foul. And quick call by the home plate umpire. What do you say his name was? Come on, that's what you're here for. To remember those things I can't. That's Paul. He says he deferred to Pat the stat. Oh, Pat, he just called you out. Oh, that's dirty stick. Sakar awaits the pitch. Ground ball right side, inside the bag. And Big Stevie snatches it with that 6'6" frame for out number one.
Yeah, if he's 6'2", that's a single right down the line, potentially a double. But with those long arms, able to reach out and snag that and make the easy play for him, not for most people.
No doubt. Stevie Fountain. Inside, this is the ever-dangerous Cotton Jones, the left fielder who made the last out. Recorded the last out in the field. Ground ball chopper. This will be a tough play. Got to hustle. Third baseman swoops it up. Jakubiak fires to first, and they get him by a half step.
Yeah, I thought waiting back on that was going to cost him in the end, but he had the arm strength to make up from it all the way across the diamond. Then, of course, a huge stretch by the first baseman to get it done.
All right, 2-1 as we go to the bottom half of the second on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Thanks for watching. We are The Prep.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
All right, welcome back. Chad and Stick with you. Had a great one last night in Ohio. I know you were following. And Orchard Lake St. Mary's and their 73-game win streak was put to the test over in Canton, Ohio, and they squeezed out the win in extra innings. Extra innings for high school, in the ninth. And they win 1-0 over Walsh Jesuit out of Cuyahoga Falls. There's a high fly ball left field. This is fairly deep, but it's going to be held up long enough for the catch. Wind blowing out, but Cotton Jones wasn't fooled. 315 down the line in left, 320 down the line in right, 355 to the gaps, and 380 with a big green screen above it in center field.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to put one over there today.
You ain't lying. This is Brody Pecor after Slade Moore is out.
Come on, Brody.
Brody DHing for the catcher. Brody, the younger brother of Logan Pecor. There's a fly ball to the gap. This one's going to hang up long enough, and Parker Pico will coast under it and record out number 2 here in the second inning.
And you were talking about the Orchard Lake St. Mary's game from last night, and that play right there was very similar to how St. Mary's caught their break in the 9th inning. A drop fly ball, scored a run, ended up winning 1-0 in 9 innings.
On an error, and you'll take it any way you can get it. And, of course, the irony was that St. Mary's was perhaps in line to not have a chance to play another inning because of game time. The game started 50 minutes late.
Well, and Ohio rules are only 9 innings, so it would have ended in a tie, and that would have ended their winning streak.
Right, and can't start another inning after 11 o'clock. So both things were working against time. Could have been a tie, but that wouldn't have prolonged the win streak. Could you imagine losing a win streak on a tie? That would have been tough.
Well,
it didn't
it's
matter.
Not a win streak if you're tying.
That's right.
There's no such thing as a tie streak.
That's right. What does Ricky Bobby say?
If you ain't first, you're last.
That's right. So a discussion as we get a visit from Jeff Hall, the fine head coach. And he's had his say with Will Churchill, who, oh, by the way, last year was very competitive on the mound. Churchill pitched 23 innings. He had 10 appearances and was a solid 4-1 on the year. 29 strikeouts against 23 walks. Walks a little bit too high, but we saw some improvement of that. He's still finding that consistency stick.
Yeah, he was having some control issues early on in the first inning, a couple hit by pitch, but I'm not going to say they got out of it because 2 runs were scored, but he was able to settle down there at the end of that first.
He was indeed. Gave up the 2 runs inside. It could have been worse. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it seems like he's just releasing the ball a little bit too late. Holding on just a little too long.
Yep. That's ripped to left. That is down. That's a base hit. A hard hit ball off the bat of the leadoff man, Adrian Epps. And so it's a 2-out single. And that's the 3rd hit of the day for the Lakers.
And as we know, when Epps is on base, you better watch out. He's got speed. With a nice rip right there. Nice balanced swing.
Played on a hop by Jones, who's been busy and left. Adrian Epps runs well. He'll be challenged against the left-handed throwing of Churchill. That's in the dirt, and there he goes, and they will never get Adrian Epps. He's in second base. He's in scoring position as the Lakers look to increase their 1-run lead.
And that's the pressure that he puts on you. Even though he may not have been stealing on that play, there's just a thought that you have to take your mind off the catcher just for that split second because you know he could be taken off.
I know that's right.
It's easier said than done, but with 2 outs, you just want to focus on the batter.
Churchill is committed to Kellogg College. And talk about the other commits. Parker Pico, Alabama. Bino Waters, Notre Dame. Colton Jones is committed to Central Florida, the left fielder and pitcher. And Brady Dowell, the catcher, also headed to Kellogg, his battery mate. Throw back to shortstop. Much ado about nothing. 3-0 are the Highlanders. They knocked off Grosse Pointe North 12-0. That opened some eyes to some folks around the state. Then they've knocked off West Bloomfield in consecutive days, 9-4 and 6-2. They're trying to sweep the series today in West Bloomfield. Timeout too much, and Dan Hibbett says enough. .5'10", 165-pound left-hander deals upstairs. It's now 2-0.
Yeah, just having some issues finding that strike zone with that fastball. His curveball has been pretty much on point all day.
It has. We'll see if he goes back to that here.
Ooh.
No. And that's his third hit by pitch.
That's the second time he's been hit, too.
And that is it really?
I believe so.
Yeah. So, yeah, Stevie will head down to first. That's Pecor, rather. So, that'll bring up Jackson Staff. Man on first, man on second. 2 men on, 2 men out. Chance for Staff to add on. Challenged him there.
Aggressive on that first pitch. You know, when the pitcher's being wild like this, maybe you want to go up there and look for that first strike.
Yeah, you'd expect that get-me-over pitch. On at second is Epps. On at first is Logan Pecor. This is Jackson Staff, the hitter. Inside and low, 1-1.
You know, it looked like this inning was going to go real fast for Rochester Adams. West Bloomfield was able to put something together here with 2 outs.
Snabe sneaks behind Epps second as Pecor edges off. That's a off-speed pitch that hung just a little too much.
Yeah, you could see the excitement out of Staff's eyes, you know, right there. He got a little bit too excited and swung super hard at that one.
Tough to lay off.
Yeah, when it's hanging up there like that.
Yeah. It's out of play. Young man from Keego Harbor will take that home. One and two. It's where we sit. What a day here in West Bloomfield, Michigan, the nice suburbs of Metro Detroit. West Bloomfield trying to get one from their rivals from the OAA Red.
That was the same pitch he attacked earlier.
Sure it was.
Learned and laid off that time.
84 degrees. Wind blowing out a bit still. Staff, the hitter, STAPF. Count is full. Runners will be off.
He's been going back to that curveball, but now he's been leaving it hanging. There was a little bit more snap in the first inning. So you wonder what he's going to go back to. You can't really trust the fastball.
No, you can't. We'll see here. Runners will be off. Pecor at first, Epps at second, and it's a walk. So bases are now loaded as Stevie Fountain approaches the plate with a lot of ducks in the pond.
Here comes the coach. Making a pitch and change.
Coach Hall will make a change. We'll tell you all about the young man in just a moment. 2-1 Lakers and a leverage situation coming up. Back after this.
Your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all. And from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Welcome back to West Bloomfield. The bases are loaded. Adams has lost a little bit of control. Will Churchill's day is done. And they've gone to the bullpen. And the new pitcher on in relief for the Highlanders is none other than number 10, Chris Milliken. Guy who also plays in the outfield. 5'7", 180 right-hander with some nice lettuce. Go with that faded brown cap. Bases loaded. He's in a high leverage situation now. He's got Epps at third, Pecor at second, and Staff at first. And he'll come on and face the tall, lanky right-hander Stevie Fountain, the first baseman.
It's a big opportunity for West Bloomfield to get an early lead on a team that's had their number the last couple of games and to get into their bullpen this early in the second inning.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Sure is. Jeff Hall is the head coach, Andy Lampkin, Tim Williams, Chris Perkovich, and Alan Kachansky. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Lakers trying to add on to their 2-1 lead and salvage this third game of a 3-game set. Upstairs, if you're a hitter right now, is it a take? I mean, is that like kind of automatic right now?
You know, for every pitcher it's different, and for every hitter it's different. If you're great with contact, why not get a nice swing at that first pitch? Because you know he's going to come out and try to get ahead.
Pop up behind home plate, giving chase the catcher Doel, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Fountain pops out, and the Highlanders avoid chaos. 2-1 West Bloomfield. Let's go to the top of the third.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to fix my feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Chad and Stick back, back with you. Oh boy, that kosher pickle hits different. It's got my throat all catchy. I'm not getting choked up. It is an emotional day, though.
It is a beautiful day.
Yeah, I mean, really. I mean, you could cry at how beautiful this is. No clouds overhead. 85 degrees. We're in April. I mean, this is awesome, and we're glad to be here. We're the Prep. He is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. That one is ripped to right center. That's trouble. That's going to get up the gap. Epps will cut it off with superior geometry and hold the hitter to a single. Base hit for Joe Jakubiak. For Henry Donahoe. My bad.
Yeah, Donahoe absolutely ripped that ball, and you were right. I thought that was going to be in the gap, but Epps able to cut it off and hold it to a long single.
Drew Stitzel now the batter, the second baseman. Donahoe runs well, and the pitch is taken inside. Highlanders down by 1. They struck first. Parker Pico was in the middle of it, as you might imagine. And he struck one deep to center. It went off the glove of Epps. It was an error. It was an inside-the-park home run. Strike there. He swung through it.
Good snap on that fastball. You can tell he's starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm But sometimes when you throw those straight fastballs like that, you can get them driven like the first batter did, Donahoe.
That's right. Outside, throw to first, not in time. Your home plate umpire today is Tom Habits. Tom does a great job. We see him all over in basketball, football, and here in baseball. And don't forget about Mark Castle. He's the field umpire. Does a nice job as well. Strike called at the letters in the outside part of the plate. And this is Drew Stitzel, the second baseman, the number 9 hitter. Aren't these kosher pickles amazing? Did you have one?
Not yet. I'm still working on my awesome OG sandwich.
Ooh, base hit right field. Stitzel and Donahoe have teamed up for a couple of knocks to start the third inning. Here come the Highlanders.
I was expecting Rochester Adams to be a little bit more aggressive on the base paths there and have runner at first and third right now, but the third base coach held him up at second. Obviously, afraid of what the right fielder's got out there with an arm.
Yeah. So, Josh Burnberg, the fine fourth-year head coach, just 26 years young, and he's got the infield rally around the starting pitcher, Miles Sorn, who's been pretty effective thus far, giving up just that, again, the hit that could have been caught, should have been caught. Outside of that, he's been pretty sharp.
Yeah, Rochester Adams has had a couple hard hits, but they've been scattered, so they really haven't done much harm.
So this is Buck Snabes, the shortstop. 3-0 are the Highlanders. 8-2 are the Lakers of West Bloomfield. They started the year 8-0. They knocked off our good buddy Brendan Justice's club in Grosse Ile in game 1. Bang bang play at first, and Mark Castle says he's out, and I believe him. There's one out.
Yeah, it looked like it to be just beat him by maybe a quarter of a step on that. But overall, what a great defensive play by West Bloomfield. I mean, the first baseman's coming in, the second baseman's got to cover first. That's perfect textbook baseball.
Sure is.
That's well coached.
You bet. So, here's Parker Pico. He's responsible for the one run today for the Highlanders, the aforementioned inside the park home run that was an error. Second and third, Stitzel at second, Donahoe at third. And Pico looks at a well-placed curveball for strike one.
Coach reminding his catcher they got a tag play at home. There's no runner at first. With an empty base at first, be very careful pitching around Pico.
Yep. Tapped and quickly ahead, 0-2. Miles Sorn not scared. He's going right at the best hitter, maybe in the state, certainly on this team, Parker Pico. Committed to Alabama. Also a dominant quarterback, an all-state quarterback for the Highlanders in football. They will check down, and Mark Castle says, "Get out of my kitchen."
It's tough for the ump to call it from the other side, left side of the pitcher's mound,
right.
too.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tough check.
Should have checked down to the first base coach.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Stitzel edges off a second, Donahoe off a third, and how about that? Miles Sorn has a big, big K.
And a nice little slide piece there, too. That didn't have quite the snap of the fastball. It didn't have quite the curve of his curveball. And really, I hadn't seen this pitch much out of him today, but it just had enough to tail away from Pico.
So for West Bloomfield, they've gone all the way with Miles Sorn, and now through 2 2/3, 3 strikeouts. He has yet to walk anyone. He's pitched to contact. So this is Bino Waters, and that's a nice pitch.
Yeah, I really like the way they're calling this game for West Bloomfield. Working the corners, working high, working low, switching it up, fastball, secondary.
Laced a second, hit hard but right at staff. That's a loud out number 3. Statement made, but the Lakers hold on to the lead 2-1 from Laker Field.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
So all the damage in this one has been done in the first inning. A run for Adams to start the game. They scored on an error, unearned run. And 2 for the Lakers in the bottom half with a 2-out answer from the pitcher, Miles Sorn. This is Max Bowers, the right-handed hitting shortstop, who wears number 1 for Josh Burnberg. On in relief is Milliken, the right-handed throwing pitcher, 5'7", 165. Inside firm fastball, well placed, strike one.
Milliken did his job at the end of last inning, coming in with bases loaded, getting a nice pop out to end the inning. And it's amazing how much snap he has on his fastball.
He does. It's a little bit louder.
Attaboy. Now get yours.
Bowers, the batter. The shortstop. Milliken wheels and delivers a strike.
All right, now win it, kid.
Full count to Max Bowers, the talented shortstop for Josh Burnberg. Fouls it away.
This is what you want your leadoff hitter to do, though, in an inning. See 6 pitches from the pitcher. Let everybody else behind him get a good look at what the new pitcher has. Good at bat.
Yep. Bowers fanned last time up, trying to get on here, and he's got a whale of a fight here. Count remains full. Good battle between Bowers and Milliken.
That one caught the catcher.
Yeah. That's a tough cookie there, Brady Dowell.
Yeah, you got to be to play that catcher position. When it hits you in the shoulder and it goes numb, and it hits you in the thigh, off the face mask, kind of like taking a punch to the face sometimes.
Those are all best case scenarios.
Yeah, yeah.
There's worst case.
Then there's the region.
Oh, man, you're not lying. It's a tough life to be a catcher.
It's a fun position to play, though.
You played it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah. I knew I liked it.
A rare breed will sit behind home plate and take that abuse.
Oh, yeah. Too much time for Milliken, and Bauer says no thank you. Calls timeout. Leading off the 4th inning. Is this the 3rd inning? Excuse me, bottom of the 3rd. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 1 away.
Pick him up, 1-6.
Swung at one outside the zone there, kind of helped out the pitcher. But that was a good long at bat. Like I was saying, when you have a new pitcher on the mound, you want to see what he has. And pretty much West Bloomfield got to see everything coming out of Milliken in that at bat.
So here's Miles Sorn, who has a base hit and is responsible for the 2 runs driven in today for West Bloomfield. Breaking ball fouled back near us.
Got a nice stance, too, a nice low crouch. generates power really well.
Yeah, it looks athletic, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Just well balanced.
Outfield pretty much straight up. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, got a little happy feet on that before that pitch came.
Open that front gate a little bit.
Yep. That's why you'll swing through it.
Stays alive, stays in that time, and gives Milliken a battle. Milliken's been going right at him, throwing strikes. 10 pitches now for Milliken. He's been in the zone quite a bit. Sorn awaits, pitcher on pitcher, and Sorn says, that's too long. I don't do that to you. Breaking ball, tough play, charging, throw, got him. Tate Pico with a fine play at third base to cut it off and fire to Waters for out number 2.
Yeah, he caught it on the right hop in rhythm and was able to gun it across the entire diamond. But you see, again, happy early feet there for Mr. Sorn in the batter's box. If he's waiting back a little bit on that curveball, he should be able to drive it.
So here comes Joe Jakubiak, the third baseman. There's a big swing to left, but that's going to hold up. Enough for Cotton Jones to make the grab. So that's it for West Bloomfield as we go to the top of the 4th in this fast-moving Thursday afternoon affair.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Well, are you a hiring manager or business owner looking to hire professional, high-quality employees? Call Bill Wadneski and the Headhunters team at 248-343-6027. The Headhunters specialize in placing hard-to-find C-level executives, accounting and finance, engineers, supply chain, human resources, and operations leadership. Easy to work with, and they recruit the talent that your company needs to thrive. The Headhunters also offer a guarantee that their candidates will stick with your company. Call Bill today, 248-343-6027. West Bloomfield and Rochester Adams and the Lakers in the lead stick 2-1 after their 2-run single in the first with 2 outs. And that fella back out to the mound that was responsible for driving those runs in.
Yeah, and he's had a good game all the way around. And he's still got that snap. You know, it's got to feel great for these guys. Usually playing in Michigan this early, it's cold, it's rainy. To be able to come out here on an 82-degree day and be a starting pitcher, it's got to feel good for Mr. Sorn.
He's having a fine day. He has tossed 44 pitches in this game, 30 of which have been for strikes. Pretty good ratio. 3 strikeouts, no walks. I think that's key in this game, as it is always for a pitcher.
Yeah, giving away those free bases. I mean, that's how West Bloomfield got their runs, mostly by hit by pitches.
Pop to right.
Sun could be an issue.
Tate Pico skies it, and it's snatched by Slade Moore for out number 1.
Yeah, Slade was out there battling that, Sun. You saw the glove up over early, and he was able to track the ball again. Good catch.
The ball is tricky in this park, especially with windy days like today. A lot of open field behind us. Did you get a look at the replay there? Little Cadillac. I like that. Cadillacing in right.
Nice pitch.
Caught it with style. We give style points. I know the coach doesn't always do that.
Yeah, they don't love it.
So, Doel, the catcher, looks at a strike.
It's a nice breaking ball. I thought that was going to hit Doel.
A little late snap. Another one. This one pounded to the right side. Fountain fields it and beats the runner, Doel, to the bag for out number 2.
Yeah, Fountain's been playing a nice first base game over there, too. And a couple nice stabs in there, being able to beat the runner. And good cover by the pitcher, because it looked like the pitcher was covering, too.
Little toe tap, chop it down. So here comes Jake Sakar, and he looks at another breaking ball, and this time it's over for a strike.
And he's mixed it up so well, you do not know what's coming next.
Got it all working. Shows a high, hard one. And that one just misses. 2-1. West Bloomfield on top, trying to hold on here. 2 outs in the 4th. That's a base hit to right, a 2-out hit. And that time it's off the bat of Jake Sakar, the right fielder. He puts it where he plays, and he can run a little bit. He's at first now with 2 outs.
That was a good piece of hitting right there, too. Just waiting back on the ball, was outside, not trying to pull it and do too much with it, just letting the ball go where it needs to.
West Bloomfield will play Salem, Plymouth Salem, on Saturday. That's part of a doubleheader. Pitch upstairs, snap throw down to first is tardy, but worth noting. The Lakers will play again next week against Stony Creek on Monday and Tuesday, and again on Thursday. This is part of a 5-game homestand. There's a throw down to second, and it is in time. Credit the gun down to Max Gross, the catcher. Or,
oh, they're going to talk about it.
No, I think that's it. Well, protest, perhaps. You're right. What do we got?
Well, when he slid into the tag, the ball went out of the glove, so I think they're going to discuss it here.
That's Tom Habits, the home plate umpire,
Called
discussing it with Mark Castle, and there it is. So, here's how it looked, and yeah, here's another look. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, he tagged him with it, and then on the...
Ooh. All right, we're coming back to discuss it more, perhaps. 2-1 Lakers. We go to the bottom of the 4th.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
2-1, West Bloomfield on top. He is Stick. I am Chad. Thanks for watching. This is Long Ball Live. our second game of this series. We do have an update from Ohio. Orchard Lake St. Mary's is going for the tie for the state record of 75 consecutive wins, and they're in a battle again in Ohio against Olentangy Orange, which is down in the Columbus region in Ohio. It's 2-2. St. Mary's and Olentangy Orange. Again, St. Mary's would tie the state record for most consecutive wins, a record which Homer owns. United Restoration Disaster Services, veteran-owned, veteran-operated. For a free damage and claim assessment, call United Restoration at 877-772-8737. Welcome back to Laker Field. Chad and Stick ready for the bottom half of the fourth. Milliken has thrown 11 strikes in 14 pitches since he's debuted. He's been pretty good.
And that's what you want out of your reliever. Just come in and pepper the zone.
Another strike here as it's fouled at the plate from Slade Moore, the right fielder.
And the one thing I like about Milliken is he does have a nice fastball, but as you saw there, he's starting off with a couple curveballs in a row.
Little backwards action. Pitch upstairs. 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error for West Bloomfield. It was a costly error. It helped score the game's only run for the Highlanders back in the top of the first. Brody Pecor in the on-deck circle, the number 9 hitter for Josh Burnberg, the head coach. Adrian Epps to follow. That one's fouled back. 1-2. Once again, Milliken getting ahead.
Yeah, and he's thrown 3 breaking balls and 1 high fastball so far this at bat. Assuming he's going to come back with a fastball here. And there it is.
There it was, and there he goes. So 2 outs. High cheddar.
The art of pitching on display. You see Dan Hasty for the Whitecaps do a call?
I did.
Like he was at the Masters.
I saw it.
Fantastic.
I did not listen to it, I'll be honest, but I want to listen to it because I thought it was interesting. I'm sure Dan, who does great work for the Whitecaps and UAD, nailed it. I heard it was pretty cool.
It was it was something you're surprised hasn't been done before, but in the age of viral clips, fantastic.
It's awesome. I'll check it out. Dan does a great job for the West Michigan Whitecaps.
Yeah, good guy, too.
He is a good guy. A lot of games, minor league baseball, to get through, and it's a grind, especially with a family.
Whitecaps have a nice facility out there, too, in Grand Rapids.
Oh, yeah. Got all kinds of West Side money. That one's back up the middle. That's going to be trouble. Cut off. Throw to first, and they got him by a half step. How about it? A fine play by the shortstop, Buck Snabes, to snag one for out number 2.
Yeah, it was a play by the shortstop, but at the second baseman position, the range on Snade right here is absolutely amazing. Look at, he makes that play on the other side of the bag.
Big time range. You see that stretch from the big Notre Dame commit, Bino Waters at first. Here comes the leadoff man, Adrian Epps, the talented center fielder, and he looks at a dipper down low.
Starting off with that secondary pitch again.
That one misses off the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth, 2-1 West Bloomfield over Rochester Adams. Adams won the first 2 games of this series. Fouled out of play. West Bloomfield started the year with a win over Grozeal, 13-0. Fouled that up with a wipeout of Utica Ford, Waterford Mott, Royal Oak. Their rival, the Raiders in North Farmington, UAD. They dapped into the Catholic League. Livonia Stevenson they knocked off. Sorry, Alex, Evan. And then they beat North Farmington again. And 8-0. But 9-4 losers on Monday and 6-2 losers on Tuesday to Adams. And here they are leading 2-1 in a desperate attempt to get a game in this series. Life in the OAA Red is tough. West Bloomfield was in the white last year.
What's that old saying? Iron sharpens iron.
That's right.
You know, you want to step up. You want to play better competition.
Epps awaits the Milliken pitch. Pop to right. Should be playable for Sakar, and he makes the catch in a sun-drenched right field. 1-2-3 go the Lakers. Here comes Adams as we jump to the 5th inning. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Welcome back to Laker Field. 2-1, West Bloomfield on top. Top of the 5th inning. This is Cotton Jones, the left fielder. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 for Jeff Hall, the head coach for Rochester Adams. Program that went last year to the regionals in Novi. We covered them. They lost a tight one to Orchard Lake St. Mary's before the Eaglets would carry on and win the state title and the national title. That one's nubbed out of play. And quickly ahead of Cotton Jones is Miles Sorn, who's been some kind of pitcher today. Stick.
Yeah, ever since the first inning, I mean, he's been locked in. Even the run he let up was an unearned run. So he's pitched a heck of a ball game. Rochester Adams has had some hard hits just like that, though, but they've been scattered.
On pitch 58, hit number 4 is juiced to left center. Sorn has pitched to contact, but it's worked in his benefit, and now he's got his defense in position for a double play, but it won't be easy. Here comes Donahoe, who has a hit in this game already.
And he had a rope, too. I mean, Donahoe had that to the right center. Epps was able to cut it off and hold him to a single. But, man, he had a rope his first time up.
Number. We got a courtesy runner at first base. And it's number 9, Andrzak, who will pinch run. So Andrzak into run for Cotton Jones. And here comes Donahoe.
Last time, Max, like last time, kid.
A lot of room on the right side of the infield. Second baseman kind of playing more towards the middle. Expecting a ground ball straight up the middle.
You smell a hit and run.
Oh, call it!
Flown to right center field, Bermuda Triangle, and Epps comes in, and he's got a chance for a double play. 2 for the price of 1 the hard way. You don't need double play depth when you have Epps, who can run down anything.
And once again, West Bloomfield just being a heady, smart team. You know, all of their positioning has been great, all of their transitions, and there you see Epps, you know, with his head up, catches the ball and able to gun it to first base for the double play. Kind of caught in no man's land there.
Andrzak got a little nosy off of first, and that ball again drifted, I think, a little further than he thought. Thought that thing was dropping. And he forgot Epps was out there running. Here's Drew Stitzel.
Miles Sorn is dealing today.
Is he ever?
That was a good pitch to waste right there, up 0-2. There it is.
Strike three. Strong finish to the fifth for Miles Sorn, who taps that chest and gets some love going to that green dugout.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Ah, yes, beautiful West Bloomfield, Michigan. West Bloomfield High School, home of the Lakers, and they're hosting the Highlanders. And right now, the home guys in green lead it 2-1, as that is tapped to third, in between, bounce again, and Pico does it again. My goodness, that glove is good.
And for those watching at home, that's exactly what you do. You attack a hop like that. You don't sit back and wait for it to attack you. And he was able to catch it on that short hop and get a nice throw across the diamond. Not only the catch, but the throw, too.
Man. Tate Pico, a triple already this year, a couple of doubles. Offensively, he's been effective. 3 for 8. This is Jackson Staff, the second baseman. And that one's fouled back. 1 out, 1 strike.
Nice hanging breaking ball there. It's one of those you just got to be patient, patient, patient. If it looks like a beach ball, you want to attack it. It'll get to you.
Hard to tell yourself to stay back.
Yep.
Both teams with brothers on the team that start. Inside nearly nipped them. The Pico brothers. Parker, who is a senior. And Tate is a senior as well. Are they twins? I think they are. My bad.
Not identical.
No. And so Pecor, Logan, and Brady are brothers as well. Cool to have a couple of bros each way. Jackson looks at one just wide of the zone. Adams didn't think so. That levels the count at 2-2.
And Milliken's done a nice job since he's come into the game, kind of settled things down for Rochester Adams. Got a full count here. Would assume he's going to come back with his fastball.
Up and in, draws a walk. Patient eye. And Milliken not happy with himself.
And now he started a lot of people off with that first pitch, secondary curveball. I don't know if I'm sitting on that right now. If I'm West Bloomfield, first pitch curve.
Right. This guy's got some pop. And he pops it up. Center field. And making the catch is Pecor for out number 2. So Fountain is out, and here comes Max Bowers, the shortstop. Here's the pitch.
It's got a little bit underneath it. Definitely on the timing.
Bowers trying to get on base. We've got a runner at first.
Some you can hammer one.
And it's Taylor again. It's a pinch run. Here's Bowers, and 2 outs. West Bloomfield holding on to this 1-run lead before their weekend set with Plymouth Salem.
Attaboy, not you.
Bowers had a really good at-bat last time. I think he took about 8 pitches.
Get your pitch.
So he's seen what Milliken has to offer.
There he goes. Throw down to second, and he is out by a mile. Gun down, and a fine throw by Doell to end the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. Still a 1-run lead for the Lakers.
Begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
To the top of the 6th we go. Highlanders trying to get a run. That one is fouled at the plate. This is the leadoff man, Buck Snabes, to lead off the 6th inning. Highlanders in this game with 4 hits and 1 run. The Lakers with 3 hits and 2 runs. All the scoring happened in the 1st inning. All the way for West Bloomfield, it's been the impressive Miles Sorn. And if there's a leading candidate for G of the game, I mean, there's no doubt it's Miles Sorn. He's driven in both runs, and he's the pitcher of record in a 2-1 battle right now. He has thrown 67 pitches, given up 4 hits and just the 1 run. Throw to first, not in time. The speedy Snabes snags one, and Josh Burnberg wants to get an appeal. Burnberg says that his foot was in the air. We'll get another look in the replay.
Well, we talked about it last inning, charging the ball and waiting. This is what happens when you wait. You had to wait a little bit, and that gave him the time. It's a close call.
tight one. So that'll bring up Parker Pico. Runner at first, Snabes, representing the tying run in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch, right where it's supposed to be located.
Yeah, and if that's where, if I'm Soren, that's exactly where I want to keep it on Pico. You want to keep it low. Another look at that. It does look safe.
Swing and a drive to center. Left center blowing back to the track. Epps, he won't get it. It's off the wall. Rounding second is Snabes. He's headed home to tie the game. Bowers will not make an attempt to throw it. The game is tied at 2 on the double off the bat of Parker Pico.
He has had 2 big drives in this game, responsible for both runs. First one on an air. That one, you can't give Epps an air on that. He was tracking it all the way across the field. It just made it to the fence a little bit faster than he could get there.
The Alabama commit with a big-time smack to the gap for a game-tying double. There's a ground ball up the middle. That's going to give the Highlanders the lead. Pico rounding third. He'll score. And it's the big bats in the middle of the lineup for Rochester Adams. This time it's Bino Waters with a go-ahead single.
Coach coming out to talk to the pitcher. Nice hit right up the middle. No chance that you're catching Pico coming off a second, too. That guy's got some wheels to go along with that power.
Does he ever? Josh Burnberg is out, the West Bloomfield head coach, to discuss with his infield the situation. It's been a great, solid, consistent, steady outing for Soren, but he could be coming to the end of his line. Pat tells us that's pitch number 70 that he just threw 5 innings.
It's such a razor-thin margin, too, here. You know, that split-second play at first base, if that's an out, you're kind of having a different approach when you're going up against Pico. You don't really have to worry about that double. Just completely changes the game.
Pitch in the dirt, throw down to first. And they nearly caught Bino Waters napping.
Oh, they caught him. It just wasn't a good throw down there. And it's surprising because they've been throwing down the first from the catcher position, at least twice today, and both of them have been snap throws on point. If that's on point, that's an out.
It's Max Gross, the catcher for West Bloomfield. Good-sized lead for Waters, who runs well. And inside to Tate Pico. 5'11", 200 pounds. Outstanding football player as well. And that one's pounded. And good hands down there.
I mean, just nice bravery reaching out for that thing. That was not a light grounder down the third baseline. That was a shot.
Yeah, that's respect. 2-1 count. Nobody out. And that got him on the inside shoulder. And so Soren has hit his first batter today. And it's the number 4 hitter, Pico. Here comes Doel, and here comes Josh Burnberg.
You got the Rochester Adams bench a little more into this. You can tell the energy is flowing through them now. They got their energy back after taking the lead. And looks like West Bloomfield may be switching pitchers. Yes, sir.
To the mound they go. To the break we go. The day is over for Miles Soren. The home crowd gives him his props, as they should. But Adams takes the lead. We're coming back to tell you all about the new pitcher for West Bloomfield right after this.
Your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all. And from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, We've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
West Bloomfield has gone to their bench, and we've gone to the snack bin. Some Pop-Tarts have been pulled, and it's the left-handed pitcher Slade Moore who comes in relief for Miles Soren, who had a really nice outing stick, and despite the 3-2 lead that he's given up, there's an opportunity still for West Bloomfield to contain this thing.
Yeah, well, you saw Rochester Adams do it when they brought in their second pitcher, and, you know, you hope West Bloomfield has the same luck if you're rooting for the Lakers.
No doubt. So, this is a pinch hitter, by the way. Adams is going to go to their bench, and they will pinch hit number 1. And we'll say his name in a minute. Give us a second.
I like the way Adams plays baseball, though. Bunting, moving people around, stealing bases. I like when you manufacture runs.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Big fan of it.
This is Dempster, Ben Dempster, pinch hitting. And a balk is called. Yeah. Tom Habits called it, and that'll advance the runners to second and third. There's also a pinch runner, courtesy runner, as they say. Griffin Clow.
It's interesting. I wonder what the umpires are talking about. It seemed like somebody yelled something that made him stop right in the middle of his delivery.
I think somebody yelled balk. And it was. Josh Burnberg wants an explanation. So Pico is going to be pinch ran for. And the pinch runner Griffin Clow at second base. The 11th grader. Dempster on to pinch hit for Brady Doell, the catcher.
I wonder what the discussion is going on here, too, because, I mean, it was clearly a balk. You're just wondering what caused it. But either way, the runners advance. Got an 0-1 count.
2 runs in the inning for Adams.
Infield is in.
Nobody out, and it's a strike called. Cam LaFlame is your new right fielder. Slade Moore moves from right field to pitch, and Cam LaFlame, the talented junior in right field. That one just fouled back and would have hit us if we weren't cat quick. And that one swooped up by assistant coach Adam Ioto. Assisted by Alan Gill as well. Coach Gill, a longtime pillar of this program under Josh Burnberg in his 4th year. The pitch by Slade is high cheddar. And it's a K, out number 1.
Man, they were letting the guy on second base, Clow, get some major lead off. He was behind the shortstop there.
Right.
Almost not even worried about checking that runner. Look at him.
Man. Infield in. And that's a strike called. This is Jake Sakar. Runners at second and third, 1 out. 2 runs in the inning for Adams. They entered the inning down by a run. They're now up by a run, and they've got 2 on with 1 out.
That's a monster lead off at second. I can't get over it.
That's a secondary lead you teach when you want to be aggressive.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, who's going to get him? The
No
center
one.
fielder?
Yeah, I mean, that's the play you can run on defense.
Right. Line shot on the drawn-in infield. They're going to go home. Max Gross is going to run back, and that is a tag out in a well-constructed play by Max Bowers and company.
Smart base running, though.
Bowers with a tag. They get the out. That's out number 2. They did advance the runner to third, and it was smart base running stick.
That's what I was saying. Not getting caught in the pickle. That's not smart base running. But,
no, but
for Clow to be able to get to third on that was very smart and heads up by him.
Agree.
Because now a pass ball, anything like that, he's going to score.
Darn right. 90 feet closer helps.
And you see him right there at the end, just sneak it in. That was pretty smart.
Alex Ioto with a toss in. I called him Adam, my bad. So, this is Colton Jones. Ground ball to short. Bowers sticks with it, throws to first, and he got him by a half step. How about Bowers, who stuck with it and fired it with that cannon across the diamond for out number 3. So, further damage diverted, but damage done enough to take a lead. Back to the bottom of the 6th, 3-2, Adams.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We were responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Welcome back. Chad and Stick with you. And the man who recorded that last out at shortstop, Max Bowers, will lead off the inning. You'll recall the caught stealing. So a fresh at bat for Soren.
Great throw by the catcher, too.
Brady Doel, that fine arm. Fouled back quickly ahead of Bowers.
Bowers is right on it, though. Whenever the foul ball goes directly back, you know they got the timing.
Milliken about to deal his 40th pitch of the afternoon. Got him on strikes. Quick out in the bottom of the 6th, and that'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Miles Sorn, the pitcher. Well, the former pitcher. The line on Sorn as his line close after the 5th. He ends up going 5 innings. We'll get to that in a moment. Base hit to right field. And Sorn again helping his cause. It's a base hit with 1 out in the 6th. Mr. Clutch at it again. Sorn through 74 pitches got through 50 of them strikes, 7 hits, 3 runs, just 2 of them earned. 4 strikeouts and no walks. Fine performance.
Yeah, he pitched a great game, and at the plate, too. He's been helping himself a lot. Not up for the win anymore, though.
Throw, and having to go down was Bino Waters. Has a little chat with his counterpart. This is Joe Jakubiak, the third baseman.
We're going to talk about Milliken, too. I mean, I don't think we've done a good enough job talking about how he's come in the second inning, settled things down since then.
Yeah.
Nothing but zeros up on the board since he got in the game.
It's a good point. Milliken has been very solid, and really the reason Adams is winning this game. Good size lead at first for Sorn, and Milliken a bit concerned. That 1 run means a lot. West Bloomfield down by 1. They had a 1-run lead for 4 innings. Swing and a miss, and a nasty one from Milliken.
Yeah, one thing that I've noticed with Milliken that he does, he switches up how long he holds the ball and comes set. Sometimes it's a second, sometimes it's 3 seconds, sometimes it's 5, and that messes with you when you're a hitter. You can't get into a rhythm.
No doubt. 3 2/3 is what Milliken's line so far. He's trying to get through a full 4 innings. That would be his next out. Pitch outside, but he's been efficient. Struck out 3, walked 1, and he has not given up a run. And just given up 1 hit. Throw back to first.
Try to quick pitch now. Get off the bag. Yep. Take your time. Take your time, Joe.
It's a good thing we're not in the major leagues right now, where you can only throw over a couple times. We're still in high school. You can throw over as many times as you want, Chad.
We're getting into that, though. You know it's coming. We were just talking with Coach Petrie about that. Throw upstairs, throw to first. Dempster's just playing around. Dempster entered the game for Doel. Back in the 5th.
At some point, you're paying too much attention to the guy at first. You just got to concentrate on throwing strikes. That's what's gotten you all these zeros up on the scoreboard. And there it is.
Strike 3 called.
And now you got 2 outs. You don't really have to worry about that runner. Yes, you don't want him to advance, but the important out is at home right now.
Well located.
I'm still going to check him.
Make sure you get your feet set, Tim.
45-3. Yeah, 2 outs, too. Infield back, as you would suspect, but outside of that, Bino Waters hold at first. Upstairs. Sorn can run a little bit.
1 pitch, 1 spot right here.
Well, they're treating him like he's Ricky Henderson.
That one is laced to left. That's a base hit off the bat of Moore. Going from first to third and making it. So how about it? A 2-bagger, they'll call it perhaps, but a hit for Moore. And runners now in second and third with a tying run 90 feet away, Stick.
Good aggressive base running, too, in order to go from first to third on that. You know, usually anything hit to the left side, it's tough to go to first to third on, but Sorn able to do his thing and get there.
Was that bobbled and left by Colton Jones and then picked up by Pico?
Yeah, it went by Colton Jones.
Let's see that again if we can, Alex. I think that was, I missed that the first time around.
Yeah.
What a play by Pico. If he doesn't back that up, that scores 2. So, this is Brady Pecor, the 9-hitter. Here it is again. To left, Jones. Yeah,
kicked it to him.
He kicked it to him.
Yep.
Gets the assist.
The hockey assist or the soccer assist. Fish loves it.
1-0. Inside corner strike called. Tom Habits said so.
Ready, see it. Now you're ready.
So it must be true.
You know it. Habits doesn't lie. No, it's been a very well umpired game.
Yes.
Way to be.
Time is called. This is Pecor, the 9-hitter. Brody Pecor. Runner at second is LaFlame. Runner at third is Sorn.
Attaboy.
And that one is down low.
You can tell Milliken feels a little bit better going out of the windup. Now not worried about the runner at third.
Fouled away.
This is one of those where you could see the huge lead at third and potential steal of home by Sorn. You know, he doesn't have anybody holding him on. Once the pitcher starts rocking back in that motion, he's committed. So
that's right.
I've seen it happen.
No one better, kid.
Brody Pecor in a 2-2 count with 2 outs, 2 men on.
Shaking off the catcher.
Milliken, who has led Adams back.
Attaboy, not you.
Strike 3 called. Pecor out on strikes, inside corner, and that ends the 6th for West Bloomfield. Oh, Milliken with a money pitch in the inside part. And a tight one and a close call.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
The OAA red standings look like this. Adams, West Bloomfield, Clarkston, Lake Orion, Stony Creek, and Oxford. That is quite the division, quite the league. And right now Adams on top. And they won it last year. West Bloomfield was in the white. And a move up after winning it a year ago. And West Bloomfield with a fine year last year. They had a problem. They had St. Mary's in their district.
That is a problem for pretty much everybody in the state at this point.
So here comes Henry Donahoe to lead off the 7th inning. Adams by 1, 3-2.
Same pitch.
Back out to throw it
Action.
is Slade Moore.
That last one was lower than that.
Donahoe looks at one on the inside corner, strike called. 1-1.
Notice how the catcher is when he stretches his right leg out. That always used to scare the heck out of me when I was catching because you are not protected.
No, inside knee.
Inside knee, inside thigh.
Yeah.
Some guys are just comfortable doing it, though.
I know. How about Tony Pena?
Yep.
Flexibility, though, from this catcher, Max Gross. We've seen a nice cannon from him.
I mean, I guess it is a good way to save your knees.
Yeah.
I just never had that type of flexibility.
No way, me either. At any age, even when I was a baby, I think. Henry Donahoe, the batter. He has a base hit today.
Yeah, and that was a shot. It was a laser to right center. Rochester Adams dugout chirping again. They got real vocal once they got that lead.
Big time. Comes right back and K's him. Slade Moore. Slaying. Another look here. Up in the kitchen.
Got some good heat on him. Comes back with a curveball to start him off.
This is Drew Stitzel, second baseman, number 9 hitter for Jeff Hall. Belt high fastball, well placed on the outside quadrant. 1-1. Just a bit too tall. We're in the last inning. Another tight game on the prep in this great game of baseball. We've done 3 games. We did Wayne State and National, and that was a blast back on Tuesday. That was a 1-run win. 1-0 game, another 1-run win yesterday, and here we are in a 1-run game today. Strike called inside corner, and so the tradition continues. Now it went to extras yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know this crew is hankering for extras.
It's a true you guys didn't get back till 4 in the morning.
Got into the LA Fitness Royal Oak parking lot at 4 a.m. Fish was very good and supportive, doing all kinds of utility work in the van, and Alex was driving, and Evan was co-captaining, and we had a good group with us.
4 a.m. is like noon to Fish. It's like a normal people's noon.
Well, yeah, that's like noon in New Zealand.
Yeah,
that's right in his wheelhouse.
That's when he's up watching sumo in Japan.
Oh, man. How do you not? Base is empty, 2 outs, nobody on. Adams up by 1. This is low. This is the leadoff man, Buck Snabes. Snabes has scored a run. It was a part of that 2-run 6th inning for Adams. Ooh, the inning in which they took the lead back. After leading 1-0 to start the game. The Lakers came right back with 2 in the bottom half of the first, and then all zeros for 4 more frames. But 2 runs in the top of the 6th gave Adams a 3-2 lead, and that's where we sit right now.
And it's been a very well-played game, too. Not many errors.
Just 1, yeah. And it was in the second at bat of the game?
Yeah.
Popped up infield, foul territory. Stevie Fountain will drift near the fence and make the catch in between first base and the fence line. We go to the bottom half of the 7th. Stand up, West Bloomfield. We got the stretch and we got the finale coming up right after this.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
So we've got a new pitcher on the mound to try to close things out for the Highlanders, and it is the right-hander Tate Pico, the senior right-hander who will come on, and Henry Donahoe will fill his position at third base. Highlanders trying to hold on to a 3-2 lead. West Bloomfield trying to rally, and what a better place to start than at the top of the order with a senior Adrian Epps, the center fielder. 1, 2, and 3 for Josh Burnberg and company.
Yeah, Tate Pico, we saw, he's got a big arm. I mean, he threw some guns across the diamond already in this game, so it's going to be interesting to see what he looks like on this mound. Big, thick fella.
Ground ball left side, scooped up by Donahoe, off the bag, safe. Epps beat it out. Waters had to come off the bag. It was a fine stab by Donahoe in his new position, but the throw was wide, and they couldn't get him in time. The speedy Epps taps the bag, and the leadoff man is on.
And that's what speed will do to you.
Great call.
Epps getting down the line in a hurry. You know, you're thinking perhaps that Donahoe could have set his feet and put a little more under. There was a lot of arc on that throw.
Here's the Central Michigan Chippewa commit, Logan Pecor, the left fielder. Down by a run. West Bloomfield has the right recipe. The leadoff man on, nobody out, and a guy with speed on at first base and a guy with some contact and power at the plate.
And a whole lot of room on the right side of the diamond if he puts something on the ground.
Inside corner, strike called.
Way to be, Logan. Way to be.
Good size lead
Attaboy.
for Epps.
Way to talk. Come on, let's go.
The 1-1 just off. Man on at first, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th. The Lakers haven't scored since the first. Big cut and a miss there.
Now great hitter with 2.
Looking for the walk-off on that cut.
You're not lying. Two and two, not going as Epps. That one's fouled and lifted back.
Let's go. Stay locked in. Next pitch.
Logan Pecor, left field today. He's a pitcher as well. The 8.5. Not pitching today. Strike 3 call. What a location pitch for Tate Pico.
Yeah, tough to take that pitch, too. The catcher didn't even move his mitt. You at least got to take a hack, hopefully foul that one off and spoil it. That's tough.
So, one out, a man on. And concern at first with the speedy Epps. This is Jackson Staff.
You would anticipate Epps going.
There goes a bluff.
Attaboy, way to do your job. Let's go.
And taken upstairs.
You don't want to run into the second out, but also when you got a guy like Epps, it's almost worth the risk.
Fouled out of play.
I'd like to see a little bit of a bigger lead.
Do what you do, 1-8. Great hitter.
Last year, Tate Pico worked 23 innings and did have a save and was 3-0 on the year. 2.43 ERA.
Going.
There goes the runner. Throw is not in time. A fine throw from Dempster. But Epps makes it in, and he's in scoring position with a game-tying run in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, anybody else, that's an out. It's almost a perfect pitch to throw down to second. You get the catcher standing, the ball's there, ooh, and Epps just sneaks his left-handed on that base right before the tag.
So there he is. Jackson Staff. Fine stop by the catcher, Dempster.
And Pico looks a little bit uncomfortable from the stretch with the runner on second. You kind of just saw him turn his hips a little bit towards second base, almost like he was going to try to pick him off.
Puts a reliever in a peculiar position, having a guy out there at second or third. Popped up behind home plate, off with the mask is Dempster. He'll run out of real estate, and that'll nearly get us here in the booth.
The beautiful prep tent protecting us, though.
Yeah, Jessica LaFlame is going to go take that one home. Wonder if she'll give it to Kevin. Probably not. Keep that one for herself. Base hit by Cam LaFlame in this game. But right now, it's up to Jackson Staff, the second baseman, with Epps at second, representing the tying run.
Way to do your job, Epps.
They sneak Jones in and left. He's fairly shallow. They shade Pico a little bit to the third base side of center field. And Sukar is straight up and right. The full count, 1-out pitch with a runner at second is low.
Now, honestly, if I'm Rochester Adams, I don't mind that walk. You know, you got your opportunity now for a double play to end the game.
So, yeah, it gives you Stevie Fountain, a guy that, you're right, doesn't probably run as well as Staff or Pecor or Epps in front of him, but he is also a guy that can end it with one swing of the bat.
That's
as well.
true. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those, it's tough situations. You never want to put the go-ahead run on, obviously, but you also want to give yourself as many opportunities to get out of the game as possible. And now with the force play at every base, instead of just worrying about the runner at second, it gives you a couple more options as an infield.
No doubt. In the on-deck circle moves Max Bowers. First and second, bottom of the 7th. Adams trying to get the sweep on the road. A patient approach by the tall right-hander Stevie Fountain.
It looks like Pico is aiming it instead of throwing it. My dad used to always tell me that. Don't aim it, just throw it.
That's right.
This isn't darts.
Attaboy, not you.
And that's why you see him short-arming it. And it's you know, coming up a little low here.
Fountain's just a 10th grader. Leads the team with a .360 average and 9 RBIs. It's a capable, big right-handed bat. And that is nearly fared on that line, just foul, with a high hopper that would have perhaps won the game. It's good speed on the base paths for West Bloomfield. Epps at second, runs well. And pretty good speed at first.
And able to get a nice big lead at first as well, so they may be able to score him on any gapper.
Staff runs well. Waters, little cat and mouse game. Glad you're with us on Long Ball Live. This game is now 2 hours old. Pitch down low, 3-1. Hitters count for the best hitter in the Laker lineup, the 10th grader, Stevie Fountain. Epps off a second. That is driven deep to left field. Going back is Pico, and that is over his head off the wall. Epps around third to score. Staff around third to win it. The throw to the plate is in time. Not in time. Lakers win. Lakers win. Dempster went down for the tag, and Staff beat the throw. What a walk-off win in West Bloomfield for the Lakers in the 7th.
The throw beat him. He must have been able to get his hand inside and touch the plate before the tag got to him. But what a huge turn of events here for West Bloomfield. Even though they lost 2 of 3 of this series, leaving on a high note like that, it's got to feel good.
Game-winning hit for Stevie Fountain, who found the gap. And the slide by Staff to score it. How about it? What a dramatic finish here in West Bloomfield. Here's a look before we go to the break at the drive. Here comes Epps. Look at Staff almost crossed him up. Great piece of running. Epps is in the throw. And he's safe. And West Bloomfield walks it off. We're coming back with our G of the game right after this.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back to Laker Field in West Bloomfield. The Lakers have won it, and there's the final play. What a slide by Staff to get in. Jackson Staff with an outstanding slide stick. Here's the replay.
Yeah, great throw, great relay. The ball is there in time, and he just must have gotten that left hand right on the outside corner of the plate. Umpire initially looked like he was going to call him out. I think that's kind of your initial reaction when the ball beats someone that bad, but then he assessed what was right in front of him, and he called him safe, and West Bloomfield walks out of here with a big win.
A two-run double, a game winner off the sophomore Stevie Fountain's bat, the leading hitter, leading RBI getter. He gets his 10th and 11th RBIs of the season. All right, big fella, have a seat. How tall are you?
6'9".
How tall are you?
6'9".
6'9". I shorted you like 3 inches. I said you were like 6'6". I'm sorry about that.
That's fine.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
What a clutch hit.
Yep.
You're a sophomore. That's a big-time play for you and a big-time moment. Talk about the at-bat and really having to work yourself into a position to smack one out and score two.
I was just trying to get into a good hitter's count. I got my fastball where I wanted it and just drove it.
This was a game that was a one-run game throughout, a tight one. You lost the first 2 games of the series. This was an important game for your team. You started 8-0. You know how good you are, but you want to get one in a series, and this was the time to do it.
Yeah.
Talk about this team and the approach in the dugout going into the 7th inning, if you could, and what you guys talked about in the game plan.
We just needed energy that inning. We brought the energy. I was hoping I'd get up in that situation just to get a fastball and rip it.
And rip it, he did, in the gap. And that's got to feel good. What was the feeling after you hit it? Did you know that thing was hunting for the gap?
I had a good feeling.
What kind of pitch was it, and were you looking for it?
I was a 3-1 count, hitter's count. I was looking fastball. I got the fastball and just drove it.
Now, do you play any other sports and use that nice, lengthy 6'9" frame in any other sports?
Yeah, I play football.
You play football. What position?
Defensive end.
Oh, my goodness. That's pretty fun. Did you have a good year?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a prospect in baseball and football alike?
Just baseball right now.
Awesome, man. Well, you keep it up. These are game-winning plays and big-time moments, and congratulations. You're a G of the game.
Thank you.
All right, there he is. This is Stevie Fountain, the first baseman, the sophomore, with a game-winning 2-run double in a walk-off fashion. Go have yourself a great season, young man. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. We're coming back with more analysis from Sam Stick Day. West Bloomfield wins it 4-3 on the Stevie Fountain walk-off double.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Chad and Stick back with you. Here's how it all went down. This was the first run of the game. This is the Alabama commit. Parker Pico, he went deep off the glove. It was an error, but it was an inside the park home run. 1-0 Adams. 2-run single by Miles Soren, the pitcher. And 2-1 West Bloomfield. That's where we sat until the 6th, and that's when Adams got busy. And they started going to the gap themselves and put up 2 runs, went up 3-2, and Stick, West Bloomfield would come back from there.
Yeah, West Bloomfield, I mean, they stayed in it the entire game. You really got to give it up to Miles Soren for pitching and keeping West Bloomfield in where they were. I mean, when he was in the game, he threw 74 pitches. He only let up 2 runs. 3 were on the board, but obviously that first run wasn't earned. And then he also was responsible for knocking in 2 runs. So he had a big game in keeping West Bloomfield in this. And then at the end, you hang around, and next thing you know, you give big Stevie Fountain a chance to seal the game. And he did that, and you got to give it up to Adrian Epps, too, for getting on early in that inning, causing chaos on the base pass, stealing second base, getting the pitcher to concentrate on anything but the hitter, and that's kind of what happens sometimes.
There it is. There's the blow from Fountain. Epps would come around to score first. Staff had a pretty good jump, and he was right on Epps' tail.
Well, we talked about that right before that hit, as they were letting the first base runner get a huge lead, too. I mean, he was almost halfway down the line, and it's one of those things where, are you going to really worry about him? You're going to check over with your first baseman, but letting them have that huge lead allowed them to get that run in.
So that's going to do it from here at Laker Field. The final line as Moore picks up the win in relief. And he gets the win after Soren went the start. Both pitchy performances well. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention the job that was done by
Mr. Milliken
in relief of Churchill. It was a well-pitched game, and this was a good AAA battle.
Yeah, it was just a well-played game all the way around. That one error is really it in the entire game. And it was just a really, really solid game. Great shifts, great covering when, you had to on bunts, and well-coached, well-played baseball. Looking forward to seeing more of it out of these two teams.
Milliken, a fine line in this game, gave up just the 2 hits, no runs in his 4 innings of duty. Time to say goodbye. I want to say thank you to our hardworking and talented staff. David Fantow on graphics, Evan Westfall on Instant Replay today. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Fish on audio. We've got Sam Stick Day, the guy right here on color commentary. Alex Mayer, the man behind the camera you are holding. Kyle Buchanan on a camera. And Zach Russell on a camera as well. Pat the Stat giving us all the goods and the statistics as we want them. Thanks to Sam Stick Dave for jumping in. Always good to see you, brother.
Appreciated the call.
You bet. No, any season, I know you're always there. By the way, a quick update. St. Mary's 8, Olentangy Orange 3, as St. Mary's goes and looks to go for the record. Thanks to West Bloomfield for having us. Thanks to Josh Burnberg for having us as well, and the entire athletic department at West Bloomfield. My name is Chad Bush. My partner, Sam Stick Day. We will see you on Saturday for Grosse Pointe North and Grosse Pointe University Liggett. 11 a.m. We'll have the first part start at 10:50 on air. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching. So long.